What we do here is go back.
Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast, Talk It Up with Cindy and Jerry. Hope you guys are doing well.
How's it going, everybody? How's everybody doing out there?
So, it's been a crazy week. The weather's been insane.
Absolutely.
Like, it's spring, but over here in Jersey, we got snow.
We got a dusting, though.
We got a dusting, but we were up in Warwick.
But we were in Warwick and up West Milford area. That's snow.
They had snow.
Somebody
literally, like, they had to shovel.
Yeah, we know the people that own Warwick and run it. Not Warwick, but the Applewood Winery.
Yep.
She showed us some of her photos in the backyard. It looked like a regular snowfall.
Yeah.
All the snow covered.
You wouldn't believe it was April.
No.
So, all right, people, on to our topic.
I don't even know how to name this because I think
you said
Jerry and Tech.
Jerry's Tech. So,
you noticed this a couple of days ago.
We've been, going places, and when Jerry uses his Google app, it wasn't working.
The maps.
She wasn't talking back to him. I told her, what'd you do to your car? Your car's mad at you.
Yeah, I didn't even know my car was giving me the silent treatment.
I was like,
she said it.
What's up with your car? Every time we're gonna do a turn or whatever, I was like, I have to pay attention to the navigation because it's not telling you.
She's like, when you know where you're going, you put the Google Maps and you just kind of drive with it. But when you don't, you wait for the audio cues to look also.
Yeah, for your left turn, right turn.
Right. I mean, you don't have to. You can just listen to the audio and say, hey, coming up on the turn.
Yeah, Jerry's car was mad at him.
Jerry's tech was not.
He wasn't talking back. He couldn't figure it out.
At that point, I
figured it out.
Yeah, I had to look and pay attention now that I'm coming up to a turn and I got to pay attention that that's the turn because no cues.
He was having a meltdown about it. My car's not working. I don't know if it's my app. I don't know if it's my car. I was like,
you pointed out where I work in technology, and if it's a real, not that I'm saying it's difficult, but not the way I think certain things should work.
Jerry is IT or a techie person, but when he's having issues, he doesn't have patience for whatever tech or electronic device is giving him an issue. He's like, he wants to take it and go, just throw it away. Have you ever seen that person that gets mad at their toy or whatever and they just want to throw it away? That's him with technology.
Yeah, she was sometimes. Like, as a tech person, you really get upset at tech. I'm like, what? She was like, you do. You're like, I don't understand why they designed it this way. I see it where they could have done it this way and make it more simpler.
Like, I'm going to use an example. When we bought all our appliances in our kitchen, Jerry could not figure out how to set the time on them.
No.
I had to figure it out.
No. Come on, that's like the 80s VCR time. Either you knew how to set up the time on your VCR or you forever had the blinking 12 o'clock at night.
So I'm the designated person in this house that has to set the clocks on any device that has a time flashing because Jerry doesn't want any part of it.
No, I don't. No, I just want to go like this to the clock. Move the hand over to where it's gotta go, and that's it. That's so weird because being a tech person, I do get into tech, but then there's certain things like I don't want to be bothered with that. I don't want to. That's like programming your VCR to record a show at 8 o'clock, and then you get excited, you get home,
and
you
it's
hit
not
play,
there,
and it's and you're there, and every curse swear, and this, and what the VCR gods, and you just. It's
not VCR anymore. It was, what is that other thing they call it? VR?
Well, I've never done the VDR stuff.
Yeah.
We just don't. I just don't.
You know why? I don't see any reason to because everything is on demand.
Everything's on demand.
So there's no need to have that.
And we don't watch regular TV.
No, we don't.
But I will say, I was going back to it. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
I figured it out.
I could not get.
So I'm going to rag him on this because I was like, I think your volume is down. He goes, no, it's not. Look, the music is playing.
But you didn't say that. Yeah, she did.
I was like, you can set the music and your audio.
You saw the cue. You heard the cue.
I heard the cue. Because that's what it says. The cue, for those of you that use your Google Maps and everything and you're playing your music, when it's going to give you a turn or give you a heads up with something coming up, your music lowers in the front.
It throws to the back.
Throws it to the back. He wasn't catching that. I was catching it.
No.
So I was like, your music is lowering at the tone where you're supposed to make a turn. So
which I kind of felt like, I'm like, are you trying to say you know more about my car and how it works?
At that point, I did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it lowers the volume down. It throws it to the back. Listen. And then, of course, we got to the turn. So usually on a turn, you get two cues. You get the one that, hey, you're approaching the turn. And then, of course, you got to make the turn. And both times I realized it lowered, but nothing was being said.
It was being said. You just had it on mute.
Okay, so this is what it was. The volume was all the way on mute. Basically,
for your
so
navigation.
right, for my navigation. If you ever notice, when it's talking, the volume actually on mine it does. It says
Mine
nav.
too.
And if you adjust that volume
As
at the
it's
time,
talking.
at the time when the car is
Google's
talking,
talking.
whatever Google's talking, you are adjusting the volume for that.
Yes.
And then after that, you're adjusting the volume, which is pretty smart. But this is what happened.
I figured it out.
She's got a tech situation there. You know, clap everybody. Applause. Applause.
He was so mad. He was fine. You figured it out.
Yeah.
I was like, and then I'm not supposed to touch your car, but I figured it out.
Yeah, she did. She was like this. I looked at her. I was like, what are you doing? Look, it's where it says nav. You had it all the way on mute. I'm like, so then I had to kind of recollect the situation. And I go, yes, now I know what happens. So Google Maps I don't see, when you're on Google Maps and you don't have a destination, it doesn't tell you the speed you're going, really. I think, or it does. But it doesn't tell you the speed limit of the area. And it doesn't give you all that info. Hey, there's a cop, there's this, there's that, whatever. When you are going to a destination, it's giving you all that, I'm going to say telemetry or whatever you want to call it. Cops, fog,
It was too much for you? You had to lower it?
No, shut up. No, stop. Come on. This is not about picking on Jerry.
I'm not picking on Jerry.
Okay.
You did this to yourself. So, you know what? You left yourself open. So, whatever happens, it's on you.
So, what I said was, I knew where I was going, but I wanted that feed of, hey, if there's cops up ahead. So, I lowered it all the way down because I know where I'm going.
And you forgot. You did
I forgot. Yes, I forgot.
I'm here to bring it to light and remind you.
Yeah, bring it to light and remind me. You're just like throwing logs on the fire.
Yes, right. What? I was like, because I'm here to bring it to light.
Anyway, so once we got into that conversation, she literally led, like the other day, you were just really upset on M365 or whatever you want to call it. I'm like, I'm just saying there are so many ways. No patience. There are so many ways you could have done it to do A, B, and C. And it could have been 3 steps.
It don't work that way.
Yeah, they have to have it at 5 steps. You got to go make a left turn in the app. And I'm like, come on. You know, when you do that way. Yeah, okay. Because I think of straight solutions. That's how I am. I'm the person in the conference room when they're gonna show this demonstration picture. Anybody got any questions?
I'm just gonna bust his chops all week long,
and I'm gonna go like this. Yeah, I do. Why to get to this point right here? We got to do A, B, C, D.
I'm just gonna
when listen. You can do A, B, C.
It's my job to bust your chops.
Yeah,
just all week long because you did that one mess up and forgot about it. And the whole time, the whole weekend that we were going places, he goes, "My car's not working." I was like, I don't know what to tell you. He goes, "Is yours working?" I said, "Mine is working just fine."
No, because I had to say you haven't gone anywhere to use it.
I have. So I went on Friday.
She put her phone on the GPS,
and it was working.
And it was working.
But I did go out on Friday.
Where'd you had to go far that you need GPS?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right.
And it was working.
I admit, I realized what I did. I wanted the GPS on. I wanted all that data coming in. I just didn't need to hear.
Now I know how to mess with him. One day I'm going to go in his car, just lower the navigation volume.
So wrong. It's just, I was because I was like, damn, why is my car not talking to me? But then
it's like she's mad at you.
Yeah,
I said, what'd you do to your car?
She gave me the silent treatment. I'm like, shut up, Cindy.
His car's giving him the silent treatment.
She's like, I don't get it.
It's not giving me directions. I was like, what'd you do?
It's just like us. When you piss us off and you come into the room, is everything okay? Yeah, fine. And they give you that face, and then it's the silent treatment. She was like, your car is doing the same thing. Then she was like, maybe you need to do a spring cleaning. I'm like, it's been raining. I'm going to do it next.
Treat her good. Yeah. She's mad at you. You haven't cleaned her.
Treat her good. I'm going to hose you down.
Sorry.
Sometimes I wonder.
Listen, I needed to go in there and mess with him on this subject because I was like, your volume is down. There's nothing wrong. He's like, what? Why you gotta go there? Fine, I forgot I did it.
I did. I literally did. Would I have figured it out? Yes. But she wasn't giving... You know what it is?
I don't give him an inch.
Yeah, they don't give us an inch. When they catch it, it's like, I'm going for the kill. They're like this. There he is. The man. Stalking through the woods. Not realizing that the woman is hunting them. Waiting for that mistake.
He's being extra now. Now you're being extra.
Everyone. There she goes. She's bouncing. you forgot that the volume is not right. And then the guy's like this on the savannah. Oh, I feel like an idiot. They're looking at you like, yeah, you're an idiot.
That is. Then you say you call yourself an idiot. I didn't do it.
Just because you guys, you could have said, I don't know, you could have just said, hey, check the volume.
Right? I did.
No, you didn't. No, you touched it. You want it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know when your kids are growing up and you want them to learn. So it's like anything else.
You ever seen that meme when they prove you
wrong? They go, yeah, I know, that's your problem.
Yeah.
And you say, hey, let them demonstrate. Let them learn. Go ahead. See what happens. Oh, wow. There you go. That's how it works. Right? The other way is like,
look, don't do it.
You're right. The other way is, I'm going to show you. Look, stupid. Shh. Volume is low. That's her. Instead of saying,
I use an adjective this time.
Yeah. Instead of saying, check the volume when it does it. And then, she can assist. Assisting is not, it's nothing wrong. And she goes, the volume is low. Oh, let me check. Oh, wow, you're right. No. Look, your volume is low. That's what it is. You have the volume low. Don't you remember this? What did you do? And there's like a whole, then I'm feeling like I'm under pressure with the light. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember. Yes. I did set it up that way. Yes. But you put the pressure on us.
That's a you problem.
Yeah, okay.
All right, guys, this is not a long pod. I
No,
just needed to get in there and make fun of him about it and bring it to light like I usually do.
Yeah, okay. You know what it is? She was like, I think it's a good podcast because it shows how we have to be there to
wheel you in and remind you guys do dumb things and forget things. Yes, always there for it.
All right, let's get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into this. I'm not going to entertain this.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, talk about our podcast, and give us a holler.
Absolutely. See ya.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.